Hey, it's Tina Lorraine, your certified abundant mindset coach and your ghostwriter guru. And I wanted to jump on real quick today, and I wanted to talk about telling your story. But as we've been talking this week, we've been talking about you feeling shame and guilt about telling your story and how you shouldn't feel that. And I gave you tools on how to combat that. But now I want to talk about making sure that when you share your story, you're not also using it as a tool of unforgiveness or anger towards other perpetrators in your story. Because stories, it's always two sides of a story. We're always told that it's always two sides. So you're telling your side. It is not to say that you're a dishonest person, but make sure that if others are involved in your story, that you're not using your story to shame them or make them feel guilt. The same way that God doesn't shame you or make you feel guilt about what has happened to you or the decisions you've made out of a victimized mindset, we are not to tell our stories in a hateful manner to get back at someone as well. Because remember, the whole object of sharing your story is to help someone, especially if you're a coach or a consultant. We're not in the business of, getting get back. We're not in the business of being unvengeful and unforgiving. It's like, I'm going to tell my story so I can shame you, so I can make you feel guilty because you made me mad and you pissed me off. If you still feel that way, you need to take a breath before you tell your story and do some more healing work and do some more forgiving work and make sure that you forgive yourself first so that you can forgive the others in your story. Because if you're using your story to make someone else feel bad, to make the intended people that were in the story that maybe victimized you or shamed you or made you feel guilty or did something or violated you in some kind of way, then you don't need to be sharing it yet, because that means you're not healed from it. So I just wanted to jump on and make sure that as you're not to feel shame and guilt about things that have happened to you in sharing your story, that you are also not making others feel guilty and shameful as well, because you never know where they might be in life. Just like you, they might be a whole healed person walking around on their healing journey and forgiving themselves, and maybe they tried to reach out to you to ask your forgiveness or whatever. Maybe they are, just like you are, just like, you have been forgiven, just like God forgives you. We have to remember to extend that same forgiveness to others. Now, that's not to say that, what they did to you, that they're exonerated from it, that it didn't hurt you, that it doesn't make a difference or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you're telling your story, to make sure that, when I was talking about the guy I was dating the other day, and I was saying how, he was only interested in me for, physical looks. He liked the legs. I had nice legs, whatever. I didn't give his name. Matter of fact, I don't think I can even remember his name. But even if I remembered his name, I still wouldn't give it out. Because, as I said, he could be a whole healed person now, walking around as a different person. And even if he's not, even if he's the same shallow person he was when he was with me, it's still not up to me to out him because I'm mad and because I'm, angry and because I'm bitter and because I'm hurt because I want to get back. No, that's not why we share our stories. I shared that story so I can help another person who walks around a victimized mindset, who felt like they were being objectified, who and needed to know that, hey, you're not the only one who went through that. It's to help someone. It's to help them know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's to help them know that you're there for them. So remember that when you're sharing your story, not to make others feel guilty or shameful. Just like, God doesn't make you feel guilty or shameful. Even if you were the victim in the story. A lot of times, we feel that because somebody did something to us, that exonerates us to just out them maliciously. And it doesn't. That's why God tells us to owe nothing to anyone but to love them. Again, it's not to say that you're letting them off the hook, that it's okay, that, listen, if I can forgive people who have sexually violated me and not out them and not call them names and not get on here and be bitter and angry at all men and never date again and all this nonsense, then, you know, you also have to make sure as well that you are not using your story for some malicious intent. And so now I'm going to jump off because now the lawn men are coming and I don't want you guys to hear all this noise outside. But I just wanted to jump on real quick and share that with you. Make sure you are not using your story. Make sure you are healed from your story before you share it. That you're healing, doing the healing work at least. Make sure you're not outing people. Make sure you're not using your story for malicious intent of others to get back for vengeance. Okay, guys? I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.